Hello there and welcome back to more Final Fantasy VI. Last time, we paid a visit to the Dragon's Neck Coliseum, where we not only reunited with Shadow, who has become a permanent party member, but we also won some new powerful weapons and armor in combat. And today, we're going to be kind of flexing a few of those new weapons and armor as we venture towards a new area that we haven't been to in a pretty long time, at least in terms of it having importance to the narrative, so to speak. And that is right here. Isolated on its own little patch of land is Doma Castle. Now, last time we were here in Doma Castle, there really wasn't much for us. We could go into it and basically grab a bunch of treasure, but other than that, there really wasn't much for us here. But I have returned here into Doma Castle with a interesting new party. We have the Sabin Story Trio, as I like to call them, of Cyan, Sabin, and Gao, and we've also brought Celeste along not only to showcase our new, very powerful Lightbringer, but also because she's sort of our complete connection to the Empire, as she was a general in their army, and it makes sense for her to want to come along and see the ruins of a place that she was attempting to stop the Empire from attacking. I don't know, it's thematic and I like it, so she's here with us as well. Now, there isn't really much for us here in Doma Castle. If you grabbed all of the items before the world went to ruin, then there's not really anything for you here. If you haven't, then you can get it right now. But I mean, it doesn't hurt to at least look around, right? Let's start over here. You know, I think it would be best if we go ahead and take a small little nap. There's a full healing area here. I think my Gao is missing 1 MP, so you know what? Why not? Cyan? Huh? I'm Laragorn. I'm Curelax. I'm Mobius. We're the Dream Stooges. This man's soul is ours. This man's soul is ours. This man's soul is ours. Bon appetit. Yes, you're a trio. You say the same thing. Wait! And into Cyan's dream world we go. We heard a few rumors from bandits that Doma Castle was home to some weird little nightmares. And it seems like, based on the background sprite work, I think we found it, don't you think? Anyways, we're just Celeste right now. We've got a healing bucket right here and a save point. Do note that you cannot leave this dream segment until you have finished it. So, if you accidentally stumbled upon this place and you were very low level, congratulations, you're going to be staying here for a little while. Now, there are a few enemies here that I want to fight, but real quick, I think it'd be best if we try to reunite with our teammates. We can see Gao and Sabin are unconscious here. Let's see if we can reunite with them. We've got 3 doors to pick from here. Do note that any of the party members you dragged into this area other than Cyan are kind of going to be your main characters for a little while. So hopefully you picked people you enjoy using. You followed us all the way to this guy's dream? I better not fight you until I've got my brothers with me. Ciao for now. The Dream Stooges, man. What a weird trio, honestly. I can't even think about one of them without thinking of a certain JRPG on a mobile console. Anyway, we've got another door here. It doesn't look like we can connect to this other segment. Nope, we cannot walk diagonally due to the limitations of a previous era console. Doesn't really matter though. That door looks a little inconspicuous, so I'm gonna walk away from that one. And instead, I'm going to walk back over here and see if I can get back. Oh, it sent me back into the middle here. I don't remember which door I picked. I'm going to go into the center one and just hope that Okay, this led me back here. So let's take the leftmost door. See where that leads us. Hopefully to Sabin. And then, yep. Yep, he says the exact same thing. Ciao for now, you know? Alright, Sabin is back in our team. We're good as gold. Now, this is going to be our main trio for pretty much the entire episode, so hopefully you guys like these characters. If not, oh well, sucks to be you, I guess. Okay, we're back over by this... Okay, we're being sent in a loop here. Okay, let's go up the northmost door. This sends us back here. Let's take the left door. That brings us to the edge here. Okay, we're just finding all of the dead ends, aren't we? Okay, so let's go back through here. This will send us to where Gao was. We can then walk up here. This will send us to this area where we can then head through this center door, and we'll reach back to this area with like the door surrounded by the 3 glyphs. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. We're the Dream Stooges. And we're all together now. There's no escape for you. Okay, yep, we're going up against a boss fight. Mobius, Curelax, and Laragorn. I would suggest taking down Curelax first, as these trio of enemies kind of try to leap off of each other to deal some decent damage. I'm going to have Gao kind of play healer for a little bit here, while I try to take down Curelax thanks to Celeste's Lightbringer. Let's see how much damage this thing does. I tested it out a little bit just to see how it would do, and it does pretty decent damage despite her low strength stat. So, I think we'll be in pretty good shape. There's Kira from Laragorn, I think is doing that one. It's either that or Mobius. Okay, 30,000 damage is pretty good. Can't really see... Unfortunately, I can't control who Sabin goes for. So, I don't know. Yeah, so Mobius is the buffer, but Curelax is probably the one we want to go for first. Pretty decent damage. We only lose a little bit of MP whenever we try to... Whenever we try to deal damage with the Lightbringer, we only do a little bit of MP damage to ourselves. Let's go ahead and have Gao, I guess, throw a bio at Curelax. There's Delta Attack, a very powerful attack on Sabin, it looks like. If you want to bring Strago into here, now obviously Delta Attack is not something I don't think Strago can learn, but there are some interesting lore abilities you can teach Strago in here. But I decided not to bring him because of narrative reasons. There's the Holy from the Lightbringer, which will do quite a bit of damage thanks to Celeste's high attack power. Let's see if we can throw a gold needle onto Sabin so we can get him back into the action. Let's deal with Mobius next. There's Thundara, which will do no damage. And I guess I can do a Fire to Laragorn. And then we'll just blitz here. We're kind of gonna have Gao play support the entire time we're here, just so I can give Celeste the ability to actually try some stuff out. Also, I brought attention to it a little bit, but the background here is just so trippy. Sabin learned Hastaga, Slowga, Celeste learned Graviga and Tornado. Really nice. So the door has been opened for us. However, I don't want to go just yet, as I do actually want to walk back to this bucket over here and see if I can fight some of the enemies that can be found here, as there are a few enemies here that are unique. So I want to make sure I get them as soon as possible. We walk around here. Come on. Spawn. Pandora and Alluring Rider. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and use Razor Gale as our main AoE option. We can have Gao go ahead and just use Chaser. Oh, okay, Sabin. Way to steal the show there, buddy. I should also mind what espers I have on these characters. I actually don't know what I have on them. Quetzali, nothing on Gao. That's not good. Let's put... I don't know... What will he want? I guess maybe, like, Bismarck or something. Yeah, let's give him Bismarck. We can work on magic in a second. Let's give... Actually, let's give Celeste Bismarck. Let's give Gao... let's give him Ifrit, so they can get those strength bonuses. And then Sabin can steal... Valley Garmonda. So we can start learning higher tier magic, even though it really doesn't matter. it'll be nice anyways. Coco and another Alluring Rider. Wow. Let's go ahead and set Celeste's auto battle as well, so I can just do this. There we go. 3,100 damage is honestly pretty respectable from just a standard attack. Obviously, that'll get considerably stronger as we raise Celeste's strength. So from this point onward, I will be leveling up Celeste's strength whenever she is trying to get bonuses. Since her magic is already in a pretty good spot, I don't really see a reason to level it up any further, and now I'm going to work on her strength. Okay, that is every enemy I wanted to fight in this area. We can go ahead and take the center door, as this will lead us to this will lead us to the closest door to our exit. And we can move forward. We don't have to worry about fighting the Dream Stooges again. And now we find ourselves back on the Phantom Train. I reminisced on how much I really like this dungeon, but man, I just want to say it again. I really like this dungeon. The music isn't playing, though. It's literally just the sound of the train running across the rails. Here's another save point for you, if you need it. There are some enemies I want to go ahead and grab here, so I will walk around as we navigate the Phantom Train. I will turn on encounters, see if we can get anything. Okay, here we go. Our auto battle should work for this. We get Razor Gale. I actually don't know if Razor Gale will be enough to kill these guys. At least one of them is Samurai. Plasma should do decent damage. Again, Gao is kind of an all-rounder for this segment. I'll lean into what he's really strong with later down the road. But for right now, I just kind of want him to play support. There's Cyan. And Jonathan! I knew you wouldn't abandon us. We've got a switch here. That moved a treasure chest down, I think. Oh. Okay. So that moved right back whenever I moved too far. We've got Surrey Ander. Neat. I think there's only... No, actually, I think this is actually all of the new enemies in this segment of the Dreamscape as well. Wow, we're really picking it up. This is making up for the the cave on the Veldt, where I spent like a good 25 minutes trying to look for a certain enemy and couldn't find it. Yeah, great times. Okay, so we've got a bit of a puzzle here. We can turn off encounters and see if we can figure this out. Okay, treasure chest doesn't want me to grab another treasure chest. Great. Okay, but we have one that's kind of just chilling right here at the bottom, at the top left corner, which has a lump of metal in it. To read this book, one would do well to remember the positions. Such knowledge could be one's salvation. Okay. Push this switch. That closes these. Okay, so then the top right on the highest row, and then the bottom left two on the bottom row. Okay, let's put a lump of metal in you so you can't move anymore. We get ourselves a flame shield from doing that. If we turn on this switch, it lowers that box. And looks like we have a timer for it. Okay. So let's push this. Go, 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 go. Genji glove, okay. How many of those do we have now? 2? 3? I don't know, I don't really want to check right now. Okay, so let's memorize this pattern real quick, thanks to the book, and move forward. We have a door right here. Go into more cabins, man. I love this aesthetic. This color palette on the Phantom Train is like very noir-esque, and I really like it. Okay, we can move the couches around. I guess these are sectionals because you can see the little indent between them. Okay, so we can walk around here and grab this chest with an ice shield. Really nice. And then we can push this, which seems like it'll let us through here. Okay. Allows us to push this button, which moves this down. So then, okay, if we push this button again, what does that do? Allows us to move through here and push this button. Okay. So then we can push this button. That moves up. And I've locked myself in. Okay. First things first, I gotta push that. Then I gotta come around here. Slide this back over. Then push this button. Man. There we go. Okay, so then we have these treasure chests. Let's lock this one, and lock this one. Alright, perfect. Push this lever, and we've opened the way. Man. I'm very good at video games, I think. Anyways, we have reached another car. Go inside here. We have ourselves a nice little save point, which is always quite nice. I don't need it, though. The power of autosave will save me if I screw up somehow. And we have the Phantom Train again. Hopefully we don't have to fight you, though I did bring Sabin just in case I need to suplex your butt again. We're back here on the head of the train. This is the only lever that's not pushed down. Let's go ahead and push it down. Okay, well, that didn't really do much. Ooh, maybe it did. Where'd we get this armor? Celeste? Where'd you get this? Oh, hey, Cyan. How you doing? Oh, right, he is afraid of, oh, never mind, I was about to say, he's afraid of machines, so it makes sense that he's running from us, but... Nope, there's some Imperial soldiers. For some reason, we're here in like a cave system that we haven't ever seen before, and we're in Magitech armor. If we go ahead and turn on encounters, it's very rare that we are actually in armor. So I would suggest walking around a little bit, because yes, we are actually, in fact, in Magitech armor still, and we are given Magitech armor weaponry. Now, every single character here is pretty standard in terms of their Magitech weaponry, so just use what comes natural to you. Most enemy machines are weak to lightning magic, so throwing thunder beams at them seems like a pretty good idea. There we go, we leveled up. The Magitech armor's weaponry, at least most of it, is based on your magic stat, so if you have a very high magic stat, you'll do pretty well here. There are... okay, I think there are 2 enemies that I have yet to grab. Actually, I think these are the 2 enemies I need to grab here. And then we can just move forward. We can turn off encounters and move forward. There we go. Nice. We can turn off encounters and see if we can catch up with Cyan, who's being chased by Dream Imperial soldiers. I wonder if this is the works of the Dream Stooges as well. Okay, we looped around. Well, that's not good. I don't want to be going in circles. Okay, well, maybe if we double back. Okay, Cyan, I don't know if this armor is going to make it across the... Okay. I had a bit of paranoia when it came to that. And we're back in Doma Castle? But Cyan's not asleep in here. Please, save my husband. Save Cyan. Where are we? What is this place? You're inside Cyan's mind. My husband, Cyan, continues to torment himself over what happened to Doma, what happened to the world, and what happened to us. The depths of his despair caused a monster known as Rex Soul to latch onto him. Rex Soul is formed of the countless souls lost during the conflict 1,000 years past. They're hurting my dad. Help him! Alright. Please, help Cyan. You have to help Dad. So we are currently sleeping within Doma Castle, inside of Cyan's mind. Now we're also inside of Doma Castle within his Cyan's mind. Ooh, Dreamception. You gotta love it. But Cyan needs our help, so let's go ahead and save up and see if what we can do to help him get out of this mess. Now, for no reason in particular, I would suggest having at least 2 party members out of this trio learn Break, if you haven't learned it already. Thankfully, Sabin and Celeste, and I think also Gao, have it in their spell list, so we should be good. Also, there are enemies here in Doma Castle, well, the Dreamscape version, but if you had been grabbing all of the enemies in your bestiary from this point onward throughout the dungeon, all of these enemies are just repeats, so don't worry about it. But if you haven't, then go ahead and run around Doma Castle and fight them. But once you're done with that, let's head into the throne room. You must be Rexel. Let's Cyan go. You're too late. This man can't escape me. He is overcome by despair at his own powerlessness. I am fed by his sorrow, his anger, his hate, and now I shall partake of yours as well. Time to fight Rexel, one of my least favorite enemies in the entire game. I'll possess one of your bodies. Perhaps I'll return to this form once you've expired. Now, his main gimmick is by possessing one of our party members, and the only way to really figure out who is being possessed is by either killing them or casting Break on them. So, what we're going to do is we're just literally going to cast Break on each of our party members until we figure out who he's possessed, and then, from then, we will, take him down after he has removed himself from our teammates' bodies. I do have Asuna here that I am going to cast. I think I have Break on Gal. There we go, okay. Well, next we'll try Break on Gal. See if he possesses Gal. Unfortunately, there's not really much you can do to Rexel until you have actually, you know, put him, until you have wrested him from one of your teammates' bodies. Magic Drain is not going to do much. Okay, it doesn't seem to be Gal. Okay, so then we can Asuna him, and then we can break Celeste. Because that, by process of elimination, it would mean that Celeste is currently the one possessed. Yep, he's back. Okay, we do not have Asuna. Oh, we do have Asuna on Gal. We'll go ahead and cast Asuna. And then we can begin by using some Razor Gales to deal damage to his ads. His ads are fairly annoying because they cast a bunch of powerful magic, and they are infinitely respawning, but they are also fairly weak in terms of HP. So, we're pretty good on taking that down pretty quickly. We can go ahead and use Celeste to go ahead and take the full fight to Rexel. Thankfully, Razor Gale cannot be reflected by Magic Reflects, so we are free to cast that as much as we want to deal with the ads. As soon as the ads are gone, we can immediately put all of Sabin's full focus onto Rexel. Unfortunately, he does absorb Holy Magic, which is the main weakness of the Lightbringer, but if I need to, I can go ahead and put Celeste on Magic Attack duty as well. We can go ahead and use Bio. And then we can go ahead and start using Phantom Rush to begin dealing some tremendous damage to this boss. Maybe we get a Poison proc? I don't think actually Rexel can be poisoned, but it's worth a shot. Okay, let's use Bizarra on the boss. 87 HP, yeah, that's not really that much. We can go ahead and have Gal also attack if we want. Razor Gale. Again, ignoring the ads is honestly probably the best bet you got, which unfortunately, Sabin doesn't seem to understand what that means, which has been the biggest problem here so far. So we're just gonna have to kind of chip him down normally. Honestly, this boss is just generally very annoying, but he's not really difficult. He's just time-consuming, which is honestly very, very annoying. We can go ahead and break Sabin. See if he's possessed our monk. He has not. And the ads are back. We are running low on MP, unfortunately. So we're going to have to be mindful of what we do from here on out. Hey, we got him. Nice. That was definitely a lot more scuff than I anticipated. I was hoping that Sabin would at least get a few Phantom Rushes off, but, not much I can do to help with that. Nice AP, and we get a Guard Bracelet for victory. I thank you all. I thought I could hear my wife and son calling out to me. Their voices gave me strength to hold on. Elaine! Owain. Thank you, my love. You really are strong, Dad. No, I could not do anything. Not then, and not now. I'm a man without honor. You're wrong. You've always had more than enough for all of us. My beloved will always be with you. Dad, I love you. Please wait. We'll always be at your side. Elaine and Owain live on in my heart. I can no longer dwell on the past. I must follow the road which I believe to be right. Cyan purged his mind of confusion and doubt. Cyan's swordsmanship attained its peak level. Now, normally, you would obtain his Bushidos as you would level up, but if you do the Doma Castle segment that we just did, he will gain every single one of them immediately, giving us a few new Bushidos to talk about. First, Dragon. Manipulates the flow of ki energy to draw HP and MP from a single enemy. Pretty decent at self-sustaining Cyan here, but it's not very strong, so we'll be kind of passing up on it. Eclipse. Shapes ki energy into a shower of blades, which rain down upon all enemies. Pretty decent at doing AoE, kind of similar to Sabin's AoE blitzes. Pretty much his go-to AoE option if he's not using magic. Tempest. Unleashes a powerful 4-strike combo against multiple enemies. This is basically just an upgraded version of Flurry. Just, it does more damage, it takes a little bit longer to set up, but it is worth it and is kind of Cyan's main damage option against bosses and high HP enemies. And finally, Oblivion. Cleaves all enemies in two. Certain enemies can basically get one shot by it, and it allows Cyan to end fights pretty quickly. If we go back to Doma Castle's throne room, there's also a Magicite awaiting us. The Alexander Magicite. Now, this Magicite, similar to the Quetzali one, actually has gotten a bit of an update here in the Pixel Remaster version. Now, normally, Alexander will cast Divine Judgment, sears all enemies with a beam of Holy Light, with 90 MP cost. However, Alexander will teach you Holy, Shell, Protect, Dispel, and Asuna, and exclusive to the Pixel Remaster version, at level up will get you Strength +2. Very, very useful. Teaches you a powerful light-based magic ability, and teaches you some pretty decent utility spells that'll really help you in combat, even if you aren't a designated caster. This is a pretty good Magicite, and boosts your strength while you level up. Very, very strong. I'll make sure to slot that on whenever I can. Now, in terms of what weapon Cyan just obtained there, funnily enough, the weapon that you get here is the Masamune. So, the game literally gave us a worse weapon than what we got. Now, obviously, the Doma Castle segment is a bit easier than the Phoenix Cave, which is where you would have gotten the Murakumo, but still, it's really funny that for the story segment that is focused entirely around Cyan, and it gives him a weapon at the end of that segment, is weaker than just a random weapon we found in a treasure chest. I love video game logic. Anyway, I think that's a pretty decent place to stop. If we talk seriously for a little bit, this is a really nice segment. I've talked about how I'm not the biggest fan of Cyan, but his story is obviously still one of my favorites out of the cast. And him finally, after so long, finally being able to get closure on his family and his pain and not being able to stop what happened to Doma, it's really nice. And now that he finally has a clear head, I think he'll be a more valuable party member than he has been throughout the entire playthrough. So, next time on Final Fantasy VI, I think it would be best if we pay Thamasa a visit, as since we're kind of going down this little trek of episodes focused around centered around a certain character, I think we should go to Thamasa and go ahead and give Strago his time in the spotlight. So, with that said, I'll see you soon.